everybody. We are getting started. So thank you so much for coming and joining us today for Kundalini Yoga. It's going to be a really great day. Just waiting for Jen to be able to sign on. Her phone takes a few seconds. It lags a little bit. But here we are. It was 2 weeks already that we invited Jen on Mind and Body Awakening's page to talk about what Kundalini Yoga was. So now we're actually going to get to see some real moves. So I'm really excited about being able to test some of these things out and see what we've got. I know that when Jen and I spoke earlier, it's not going to be anything major. So if anyone's concerned that's going to be too intense, don't worry about it. Be laid back, calm, just have fun. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks.
Hi.
So, Jen, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. That was perfect.
I did it. I'm so proud of myself.
Yay.
On a slow phone, it's actually not that easy to figure out what to do.
Well, and not only that, it's probably not your phone. It's not just your phone, but the Facebook Lives are always about a 10-15 second lag anyway.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's good to know. That's what it must be then.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
So I kind of figured I would just kind of introduce and just let you be in charge of this today. So I know that everybody is really excited when we were testing.
Freezing a bit.
Yeah, it should come back. Am I back?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. We just wanted to make sure that we had everything set. So there was already people, there was like 3 or 4 people already super excited to start.
Awesome.
So,
yay.
Yeah, so I think some good people coming in. And you're right. I think I've been hearing a little bit more about it. I posted actually in a group and somebody else was talking about Kundalini Yoga. I was like, wow, where is that?
It'll sneak up on you because it's not very common in our culture. Like people don't really know that much about it, but once you hear the word, it'll pop up and you'll see like articles about celebrities who do it and you'll mention it to a friend and they're like, I love Kundalini. And you're like, why didn't you ever tell me about this?
Yeah,
so
exactly. People just say yoga. I don't think they specify what type of yoga they're doing normally. They're probably just assuming it's vinyasa and don't even try to explain what they might be doing.
Yeah, and Kundalini is pretty out there. It's pretty different experience than vinyasa, and so it's just hard to explain unless you've done it. But once you do it, if it's for you, you'll know kind of right away. Like, oh, like that stirred something inside of me. I'm interested in this, and you kind of continue down the path and. I don't know. It takes over your life eventually. So in a good way, in a great way.
Speaking from experience, it seems.
Yes.
Also, if anyone who's coming in, please make sure you say hi. If there's any questions, please ask. I was thinking maybe just for anyone who's kind of new, we'll do a really quick, just kind of, explanation of what it is and how it's different than other forms of yoga. And then we'll just go right into it.
Awesome. So that's what I was thinking too for any new people. So Kundalini Yoga is a form of yoga. So similar to the vinyasa or hathas, the goal is to increase your consciousness and to connect with your highest self. So even those like hot, sweaty yogas where people are like going to get really buff, the origins of those exercises and those movements is to connect with your highest self. And there's many, many ways to do that. I'm not here to pretend like Kundalini Yoga is the only way. But it's incredibly powerful and it's incredibly effective for modern times. So we're busy, we're running around. Some days we have an hour and we can go to a class and that's great. And some days we only have 5 minutes. And the truth is that Kundalini Yoga practices are so powerful that in just 3 or 5 minutes, you can get an effective shift. And then obviously if you have more time, then you can get deeper, more prolonged shifts in your consciousness and in your state of being. So that's kind of the goal in a nutshell. But for today, we'll do a shorter practice. And Kundalini Yoga is different also in that we don't emphasize exercises where you're strengthening your muscles and trying to lose weight. So we're not a very physical based practice. We do move the body, but the intention is to restore the nervous system, balance the glandular system, and to release emotions and stuck energy that is stored in our body. And so it's less there are some Kriyas and stuff that are more exercise based, but it's more about releasing tension, releasing emotions and stories that we store in our body. We also use breath and mantra and chanting. So we'll manipulate the breath a little bit today. We did a little bit of that last time. And then we'll chant a little bit today. But I'm going to take it easy on you because the meditation I chose is silent chanting. So you just will chant to yourself. And that's a nice like ease into it. But we'll do a little chanting when we tune in. But that'll all kind of make sense once we get started. Yeah, so that's kind of Kundalini in a nutshell. It's a little bit different. The mantra, the meditating, the breathing practice are kind of what sets it apart. And so let's get started. I'm going to move you back a little bit. We are going to move the body just a little bit, just so we can sit a little bit more comfortably. And so we'll start with what's called a Suthi circle. So let's start by having your heart open and the shoulders relaxed. And so that's even just doing that, you can feel a difference in energy or mood sometimes. And so we're going to inhale deeply and just circle your torso. I'll push you way back. Circle your torso around so you're getting a nice circle in your hips and your lower back. And then we're going to close our eyes and you'll inhale as you move forward. Exhale as you go back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Getting a nice loosening of the hips and the lower back. You might feel it in the middle back. Connecting with the breath. This is an opportunity to start to let the mental chatter and your focus move off of your to-do list or whatever's happened throughout the day and bring it into your body. Really feel what this feels like in your body. And then we'll change directions, inhaling front, exhaling back. Moving in the opposite direction, but the breath pattern stays the same. Deep inhale, complete exhale. Eyes are closed. Just really feeling into your body. Beautiful. On your next inhale, sit up straight. Suspend the breath gently. Feel as though there's energy moving up the center of your body. Pull your chin back just a little bit so that there's some space in the back of the neck so you can feel the energy move up that kink that sometimes we hold in the back of our neck. Exhale. And bring your hands onto your knees. You can sit in cross-legged posture if you want to, and we'll do it's called camel ride or spinal flex. So it'll be hard to see actually. Here, I'll show you. Don't mean to get. So you'll inhale and move your stomach forward. Exhale, move back. So you're rocking over your hips. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling, heart is open, exhaling back. You want to keep your chin somewhat level to the ground and eyes are closed. And as you rock forward, inhale. As you rock backward, exhale. Rocking over those hip bones. Letting the lower back and the hips release some tension. Beautiful. We'll do a few more. Inhale deeply, sitting up tall, eyes are closed. Feeling or imagining energy going up the center of your body, out the crown of your head. Eyes are focused at the third eye. Sitting in stillness. Exhale. Beautiful. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. We're going to do shoulder circles. So just rotate your shoulders backwards. Let go of any tension that's there. Letting the breath be nice and deep. Roll the shoulders forward. You might hear some cranks, feel some release. You might notice one direction is easier than the other. It's all good. All right, on your next inhale, shrug the shoulders all the way up as high as you can. Hold them there, squeeze, exhale, relax down. And we'll do our last little warm-up will be neck circles. So you can circle your neck around. I have a lot of crinkling, it's all good. If there's a particular part in your neck cycle that is too tight, just skip that part. So yours would look more like a crescent moon than a whole circle. It's important that you listen to your body, especially when it comes to your neck. Keep that breath deep. Go ahead and change direction. Awesome. Inhaling up tall. Suspend the breath gently. Eyes focused at the third eye or the brow point. Exhale. Awesome. So we've relaxed the body a little bit. Let's do a few cleansing breaths before we tune in. So we'll inhale through the nose and then exhale as a sigh, like letting it all go. So inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Let everything just drift off your shoulders. All right, so we will begin the Kundalini part of our practice today by tuning in. And we tune in with the sounds Om Namo Gurudev Namo. So it's O-N-G, not Om, which is typically what is chanted. It's O-N-G. And Om Namo Gurudev Namo means I bow to the divine wisdom or the best teacher within myself. So it's all about identifying that we have all the answers that we need within ourselves. We have the highest guru that you can find out there, you have within yourself. And so this mantra helps us tune into with our highest self before we practice Kundalini Yoga. It's done every time you do a meditation or a Kriya. This just gets you set up to really have a great practice. So we'll do it together. If you've never chanted before, feel free to listen to the first round and then just join me on the second round. So we'll bring the palms, rub the palms together. This helps stimulate the nervous system. And then we'll press the palms together at the heart center. Heart is open, shoulders are down, eyes are closed, focused at the third eye. We'll take a breath together. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Join me for two more. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Last one. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Suspend your breath. Pull all the energy up the center of your body, out the crown of the head. Eyes are focused at the third eye. Exhale. Bring your hands down into your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders. And just notice if you felt any mental, emotional, or spiritual shift after chanting or even just listening to that mantra. I encourage you next time, if this is your first time, next time really find your voice and chant from your navel. It'll help you, it vibrates the sounds throughout your whole body and helps you really get in resonance with your highest self, with the teacher within you. Beautiful. We'll move on to a breathing practice. I believe we did it last time, so we're going to just start with long, deep breathing. So if you've never done it before, if you need assistance, you can put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And we'll practice long, deep breathing. By inhaling into the belly, you should feel your hand move forward. Once your belly is full, expand your chest. You might feel your other hand move forward. And then inhale into the clavicle and the upper shoulders. Exhale, clavicle and shoulders come down, ribs come back, navel comes in for a complete exhale. Continue inhaling in this pattern and exhaling, inhaling belly, ribs, and chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, then belly. Beautiful. Continuing this pattern of long, deep breathing. The breath should feel like a wave moving up your torso and then down your torso, filling up completely, even to the point where it's a little uncomfortable. You're like so full, it's a little uncomfortable. And then exhaling entirely. Continuing with your long, deep breathing. I'm going to talk a little bit. We're going to do a meditation that includes 2 mantras. And so I want you to know what they mean. We're going to chant them silently so you won't have to say them out loud. But I want you to know what they mean. So one mantra is Sat Nam. Sat Nam means truth is my name. So it's about identifying that core truth of who you are. So that part of you that was true, like when you came into this world, and that part that you take with you when you leave this world. So the Sat Nam is about really resonating with your soul, with the true who you are, not necessarily identifying with the roles that we play. So as a wife, as a mother, as a business person, those are roles and they are important, but they're not the entirety of who you are. Your soul is the entirety of who you are. Or is the essence, I should say. That's a better way to say it. That your soul is the essence of who you are. And that's what Sat Nam means. It's about getting in touch with that essence, with that fundamental truth. And then we're going to mentally chant Wahe Guru. So Wahe Guru is like, wow, isn't that amazing? So you put them together and it's like, wow, I'm in alignment with my truth, with my soul, with the essence of who I am. Isn't that amazing? Like, isn't this experience of connection and this realization of who I am, isn't that incredible? So that's what these mantras kind of mean together. Mm-hmm. And so we'll use them in our meditation, but let's just shake it off a little bit so we can get any wiggles out that you have. And we'll start our meditation. We're not going to meditate for very long. It'll probably be about 10 minutes. So if you worry about being able to focus, sorry, I'm just trying to get a timer set up for us. Don't worry about that. It's not going to be very long, and you have something to focus on. This isn't the kind of meditation where you try to clear your mind. I've found that that's close to impossible. And so we'll really have something to focus on. So I'll demonstrate first. This meditation is called, first of all, it's called the Dr. Feel Good meditation. So it's all about helping you feel good. So if you're feeling like a little to help boost your mood and help just have you have a better outlook, which makes everything seem better. So that's the function of this meditation. And so the first, it has a couple steps. And so we're going to meditate for a while. And this meditation actually has a stretch built into it. So we'll meditate, we'll stretch for a minute, and then we'll meditate again, which might be why I like it so much, because you get to move your body a little. Okay, so we'll start. I'll demonstrate, like I said. So we're going to inhale like we did last time. We're going to break it into 3 segments this time now. So inhale, hold the breath for a moment, And then exhale by going over your left shoulder and then your right shoulder. And then coming back to center, inhaling in 3 segments. Still trying to get a full breath. And then pause for just a moment. Exhale over left, exhale over right. And then we'll add the mantra. So you'll inhale, and for each inhale, you'll mentally chant Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Wait a minute. And then over left shoulder, Wahe, over right shoulder, Guru. So let's get seated. So get your sit bones grounded, heart is open, shoulders are relaxed, eyes are closed and focused at the third eye. And we'll take an inhale together. Exhale completely. And then begin by inhaling in 3 segments. Pausing for a moment. And then exhaling over left shoulder, exhaling over right shoulder. Back to center, inhaling Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Exhaling over left shoulder, Wahe, right shoulder, Guru. Continue at your own pace. Get a nice, deep, complete inhale. And complete exhale. Have your eyes closed. Focus at the third eye. You really want to work with the prana, which is life force. So as you inhale and you feel that life force come into your body, let it feel good. Continuing at your own pace. Inhaling in 3 segments. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Exhaling, Wahe, Guru. If your mind is wandered, bring it back to your third eye. Have your eyes focused at your third eye and focus on the mantra. Beautiful. Finish the round that you're on. You can keep your eyes closed or open them if you need to. Stretch your legs out in front of you as much as you can and just fold over them. So I'm sitting up, so my legs are still a little bit bent, but just fold forward. If you're on the ground, you would do like a full forward stretch and just let the body go. Focus on your third eye. Let everything relax. Make your way back up to seated. We're going to do a few more minutes of what we were doing before. So close your eyes, heart is open, Resuming the meditation. Inhaling in 3 segments. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Exhaling Wahe Guru. For this second round, don't worry whether you're saying it right or doing it right. Just let your intuition take over. Just experience the meditation instead of the mental chatter. Inhaling Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Exhaling Wahe Guru. Continue with your meditation. If your mind is wandered, bring it back. We have about 1 minute left, so try to get everything you can, all the focus you can out of this meditation. For these last couple rounds, see if you can slow your pace down even more. Still keeping a full breath, but just being a little bit more gentle, a little slower. Beautiful. Finish your last round. Blink your eyes open for just a moment. We're going to bring our hands into lotus pose. So your thumbs and your pinkies are touching. It's open like a flower. Bring your flower to your heart. So your hands are extensions of your heart, and we're holding this flower at our heart center. And then look down. So keep your head up, but look down. You can close your eyes if this is uncomfortable. And do that long, deep breathing we started with. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. So your eyes are slightly open. You're like peeking down. And then see if you can visualize or feel flames in your hands. Not out of control flames, but see if you can feel the powerful energy of your heart igniting a flame in your hands, kind of like a torch, with long, deep breathing. You might have some sensations, you might not. You may intuitively see a color for your flames, you may not. There's no judgment. Beautiful. Bring the hands together, resting in your lap. Eyes are closed. Let's inhale deeply. Suspend the breath as we complete our meditation. Exhale. One more time. Inhale deeply. Suspending the breath, pulling the energy up the central channel of the body. Eyes are at the third eye. Exhale. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your palms together at your heart center. We close each practice with a blessing, and since you don't know it, I'll share it with you. So please get into prayer pose and close your eyes and receive this blessing from me to you. May the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. May the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath gently. Exhale, let it all go. Bring your hands into your lap. Take a moment and just check in with yourself, knowing that if this is new to you, you spend a lot of time thinking about how everything goes. And so if it inspired you a little bit, I would try it a couple more times and see if you can feel that energy flow, if you can start to feel some flames in your hands. It's a really powerful meditation to do. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys have any questions or any thoughts about that, let me know.
Yeah, feel free to jump in there. I thought in the beginning of it, I was feeling very warm. And then as meditation started, I started to not be as warm. But in the beginning, it was definitely, I felt just heat all over my, going through the beginning breathing techniques you were showing us.
Interesting. Yeah, it definitely, this style of yoga kind of works a lot of different systems in the body. And so sometimes we're opening channels for energy to come through. And sometimes we're shifting like the vibration of our mental state. Like it's doing, each piece has a very specific function that it's doing. And when you put them all together, you get a really comprehensive practice. So this was just a small like sliver or small part of a bigger, not of a bigger practice, but like it's like a small example of what we do in Kundalini Yoga.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was really fun. I know we had people come in and out. Probably some people that were coming in were probably like, what are they doing?
Exactly. It's definitely the kind of thing. And we might want to add that in the comments or description. You definitely want to start at the beginning because otherwise you'll be like, what is this crazy lady doing? It's okay. I've been called worse. It's fine.
But I did like it. I liked it because of the, I just like the focus, you know, and you're right. So there was two kind of things I was thinking of was, you know, like you were saying, the first few times you're doing it, you're so focused on getting it right.
Yes.
That it's hard to really get us into it, but I could see how it could go. And the other thing that I noticed, and I noticed this when I do other types of yoga as well, and it's got to be the way I'm still doing the breath. I'll feel myself do the breaths in whatever different ways that we're being shown to breathe. And then I feel myself like I need to take a yawn or like I need to take a deeper breath. And so I must not be getting a full breath in there because it's happened a few times here, but I noticed that happened before. I don't know if that happens for anybody else that watches, but I was like, oh wait, I need to breathe like a deep breath. Like I just need to catch up.
Interesting. Yeah. It sounds like you might be constricting a little bit.
Okay.
And like trying to breathe in through a tight body. And so you're filling the capacity that you have. But if you're like tensing a container and you fill it up, you're still not filling up the whole container. So it might be that. It might just be doing something new. Sometimes yawns are like a signal of, I don't know about resistance, but like if you're learning something new, it's like sometimes it can come in to kind of be like, hey, like this is new and kind of grab your attention. I've heard that about yawns, so I don't know. You'll have to experiment. But it sounds like really focusing on getting a full inhale would be something to try. And being relaxed, like having a relaxed body. Because I know when I started, especially with chanting, I would be like, like I can't, I don't want to say it right. And then with the breathing, I'd be so worried about getting the breath right that my like face is tight and my whole body is tight. And that just, even if you get the breath right, like it just defeats the whole purpose. And so I think taking the worry and taking the like, am I doing it right or wrong? Like you're doing it. Like imperfect action is really what life is all about. And so just do it imperfectly. try things a few times and then see how they are then.
Yeah, and anyone that's watching this, this is my very first time ever trying to on Facebook Live video for
Yeah,
everybody.
that's super brave.
And well, and anyone who's watching at home, I mean, the good thing is that you are in the privacy of your home, so you don't have
Yes.
to worry about, practicing. You can rewind and go backwards. It's not like you have to, be concerned that you're doing it wrong, because all you have to do is close your eyes and listen. And if you want to watch, you can watch, but it's all about you interacting with a video. So it makes it a lot easier for you to test it out. And then maybe people would be interested in trying it again, and maybe, in an actual class, or I know you have some cool things to share with everyone
Yeah.
today. So there's other more possibilities to practice more.
Yeah, and I'm new to teaching in this format too, so I'm curious. Like, I'll think about kind of what works and what's effective, because it's a new way to do it in a Facebook Live group. It's so fun though. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have, if you're interested in Kundalini Yoga and kind of deepening your understanding of the practice, whether you've been to some classes and you just want to get clear on the fundamentals, or if what we've done this week and last week, or it was 2 weeks ago, really resonated with you, or you got something out of it. Most people who it speaks to, it's very clear. Like, they do a couple and they're like, ooh, like there's something here. Like, I want to pursue this. So if you'd like to
Mm-hmm.
pursue it, my husband and I are starting a 5-day Kundalini Yoga Essentials course. So you'll get a 15 to 20-minute video every day for 5 days. And it goes over brief, quick action, quick result things like we've been doing, but they also are the fundamental building blocks of a solid Kundalini yoga practice. So it's like the breathing patterns that we do most frequently. It's a meditation that was, prescribed for these times. Like, we literally were told that this meditation is for these crazy hectic times when life is so intense. Like, this meditation is there for you to help realign all your chakras, realign your system, so that you can handle the stress of today, of modern life, in a graceful way. And so if you're interested in learning more, and I think we're doing about 10 of these different little, like, 3-minute techniques across the 5 days. So if you want to learn more, you can go to kundaliniyogaessentials.com, and there's more information there, and you can sign up. And it's totally free. We want to help people.
Great.
Yeah, we just want to help people learn that this yoga isn't something you have to take 2 hours out of your day to go to a class. And you should do that if you've got time, like, do it. But if you, it doesn't, it's not all or nothing. Like, we want people to learn these things so that you can use it throughout your day, connect to yourself throughout the day, stay grounded throughout the day, and really live, like, from your best self. So you don't have to have any days where you're like, oh, I really wish I hadn't done or said that. I'm going to have to apologize to that person. Like, it's all about trying to stay in your highest self. It's an impossible thing to do perfectly, but
We're
that.
but be reminded to stay focused and stay grounded. So I agree. That's very good.
Yeah. So our goal, like I said, our goal with that 5-day Kundalini Yoga Essentials Challenge is to give people those, like, the most efficient, effective things in Kundalini Yoga to just snap you. If you need more energy, if you need less energy, if you need a mood shift, just to kind of use throughout your day. And then the secondary benefit is that you'll have a great foundation if you choose to continue your Kundalini Yoga practice.
Awesome. Cool. Well, if there's any questions, now's your time to ask, because we're going to be ending. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Jen, before we say goodbye to everybody?
No, that's it. It was such a pleasure. And Stephanie, you're so easy to talk to, and I feel so comfortable with you. It makes it really, I feel like I can be myself. This is my first time teaching in a Facebook Live. So I really appreciate your energy and
I'm
your
glad
group.
you're here for that.
And lots of first times going around.
Yeah, that's great.
And if people watch this over the next few days, if they have any questions, they can post them in the comments, because I think I'll see them, or I'll check in for a few days at least. So they're welcome to ask questions here. And then if they want to learn more or join our program, can visit kundaliniyogaessentials.com. And I'll post a link in the comments as well.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any questions. So thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. It was really fun, and it was great to experience that. I actually missed my yoga practice this evening, so this was great to be able to do that Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm missing it. I was like, no, wait a minute, I'm not really missing it.
Yeah, this was a short little, and that's, like I said, I just want to show people you can do something in 20 minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be 2 hours.
And I think that's really a big priority, is because people don't have time, and that's what the problem keeps coming up, is that I don't have the time for self-care. Well, just like you showed us 2 weeks ago and you showed us again today, you do. It's 20 minutes. It could be 5 minutes. It could, just those little bits are really, really important to not forget when you're going through your, like you said, all the hazard, crazy things that are going on.
Yeah, if you wait till you've got 2 hours, like then you really need it, right? Then you're just so far, for me at least, I'm so far gone that it like just gets me back to zero. This is all about trying to elevate yourself and not just stay at, I'm doing okay. Like, it's about elevating where you're at.
Exactly, because you can get much more accomplished if you're feeling really good, as opposed to like, bye.
Yeah. And if you're mentally clear and focused and aligned, like, then there's less mental chatter and resistance. Like, you don't get as tired, you get more done, and you have more of those light bulb moments where you're like, oh, that's what I should do. And it makes everything seem less like a struggle, like you're trying to wade underwater to figure out how to do stuff. Like, things just come a little bit easier.
Definitely. And Shamika said, thanks, I'm glad it was something I could do sitting. So that's another thing too. People are afraid, maybe they're not looking to be as physical, or maybe there's an injury or something like that.
Yes.
Some of this just in a comfortable seated position, that really reaches a broader audience as well.
I think so too. And it's like, I love my yoga pants. Like, don't get me wrong, I wear them all day, but you don't need yoga pants to do yoga. Like, there's lots of ways. You don't have to stand on your head. Like, there's other types of yoga out there where you can get the benefit and not have to not have those barriers, whether it's a mental barrier of like, I'm not the right body shape for that class or that exercise, or there are legitimate barriers to being able to do some of the poses in yoga.
And Shamika's saying she's had to adapt things because she's in a wheelchair. So, that's an example of that exactly happening.
Yeah. So Shamika, a lot of Kundalini yoga can be done seated in a chair. Because a lot of it is seated exercises, and you can always, if you either work with us or follow someone else when we do Kundalini yoga, if an exercise involves lower extremities and you can't move them, you can also always visualize yourself in that shape, or just do the best accommodation of what you can do, and you still get a ton of benefit. Like I said, the goal of Kundalini is for your glandular system and your nervous system, and to balance your hormones and your chakras and all of that stuff. And it doesn't require great physical strength to do that. You just have to be willing to do what you can do and what you're capable of, and then monitor your thought process. If you're thinking, I'm not going to get enough out of this because I can't do the full thing, that process is going to take part of your practice. So really accepting your limitations and accepting where you're at, and embracing what your practice looks like, because it shouldn't look the same as anyone else's. We all have different bodies. Yeah,
exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all of that. And if there's no any other questions, then tune in next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday is a meditation. So we've got lots of other good things coming up. And definitely, if there's any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. We'll be adding, more information, so that way you know how to find Jen, and how you can find this wonderful program that she has starting. It's in about 2 weeks, you said it's starting?
It starts April 23rd, that Monday. Okay. And so the videos will come out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we'll have a Facebook group where people can connect. So there's more going on, but those are like the basics of what it is.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. It was great seeing you again, and hopefully we'll do something again at some point in the future.
That sounds awesome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.